Hello, YouTube University students, and welcome back to Opa's Garage, where today, although it's not in the garage, we are working on my 2000 F350 dually. And the other day I drove it into town, and when I got home, I was walking around the front and got a whiff of the unmistakable odor of diesel fuel. So I popped the hood, climbed up there, looked down in the valley, and sure enough, the valley had little puddles of diesel fluid or diesel fuel, which everybody that has had one of these for any length of time knows that means that your fuel bowl drain valve, which most people call it that, but it is technically referred to as your water fuel separator drain valve, because its technical purpose was to drain the water out of the fuel bowl when you get contaminated diesel that has moisture or water in it. But at any rate, it's a pretty common problem. The O-rings on the back start leaking, and I wasn't going to make this video, but there are a few things that I do a little bit differently. As you can see, I've already got the drain valve out, and most of the time when you watch these videos that talk about doing this particular job, the drain valve is back here on the back side of the fuel bowl, and everybody says, oh, you got to take this bracket off and take this piece off, and you got to take the heater, air heater out. As you can see, I still have all those pieces intact on this, and this job will normally take you about an hour to do, because you got to take those extra parts off, which means you got to put those parts back on. Well, like I said, I've already got mine off. It took me about 10 minutes to get it off, and the reason I can get it done so quickly is this kit right here, which comes with this little ratchet, and it comes with these little stubby, it comes with Torx, it comes with some Phillips, it comes with the Allen heads, both standard and metric, and then it also comes with these things that I still haven't figured out what they are or what they are used for, but they're some sort of 12-point hex head. It's a Xeon, but anyway, it's a Mac tool set, a 39-piece set. Part number is SBR39SB, and like I said, this little ratchet is reversible. Makes it really nice, but you can get right up in there and get the 4 bolts that hold the drain valve, get them out with no problem. There's my stubby, there's a standard one, and the way most people get these out is they take a 1/4-inch ratchet, they put a 1/4-inch socket in there, and then they put their bit in there. You can see how far that sticks out, as opposed to if I line it up. I mean, this thing's probably actually shorter than just the ratchet, with the square 1/4-inch attachment on the head of the ratchet. So handy little kit. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think I paid $100. I want to say it was like $85 or maybe $89. But at any rate, that's one of the tricks that I use as far as doing this job quickly, efficiently, and not having to disassemble a bunch of stuff and then reassemble a bunch of stuff. So handy little kit. I highly recommend getting it, because that thing has come in handy on several different jobs. But at any rate, back to our fuel drain valve. As soon as I pulled this off, I said, oh, look at that, it's got the green O-rings, which means that they're dormant O-rings. These kits, I actually have I think they're called Viton, V-I-T-E-N or O-N or whatever, but they're brown. The factory originals are yellow, and I prefer to put factory the OEM Motorcraft parts back in, but this is October of 2021, and there are a bunch of cargo ships sitting off the shore of California that are waiting to be offloaded with all kinds of stuff that's coming from China. Anyway, and my local Ford dealer ships There are two of them that I deal with, and neither one of them had these O-rings in stock, and so I ordered the Vitons online. But seeing the Dorman O-rings, as you can see, this comes with 3 O-rings in the kit. There are those 2 little O-rings, and then there is an O-ring that is in the top. This O-ring almost never fails. I don't think that I've ever seen one fail, and I've had 7.3s for probably 15 years now. The bad thing is, I was thinking, well, if by chance somebody bought the complete assembly and bought it from Dorman, then that means that that O-ring is going to be from Dorman, and I'm going to want to replace that also. Well, as you can see, when I was trying to take that out, I busted it. So, thankfully, I have a couple engines here in the shop. Got that one there, got that one back there. And so I just came over and I pulled the drain valve off of that. I pulled the drain valve off of this one also, just to make it to where it'd be easier to make this video. And the reason why I decided to make this video is because I remembered the first time that I actually did this job, and I bought the complete assembly, which already had the O-rings pushed in place in the whole 9 yards. Well, and I remember the first time that I took mine off, I pulled it out and it looked like the O-rings were in the body. And I looked at the valve and it looked like the valve was flush. There were no O-rings. And I thought, oh crap, they gave me the wrong valve. And so I actually went back and told them, I said, hey, you guys gave me the wrong valve. My other truck is an early 99, and I know that there are a lot of differences between the early 99s and the late 99s all the way up to 03, so I figured they must have given me a late 99 to 03 valve. And I went in there and I told the guy, I said, yeah, you gave me the wrong valve and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, no, there's only one valve. And I said, no. I said, the O-rings on my truck are recessed into, the O-rings actually go into the fuel body, and the kit that you gave me, the O-rings, and he is like, no, it doesn't work like that. So at any rate, if you've never taken one of these off and you take it off and it looks like, oh, my O-rings are still there, well, hang on, let's go get us a little pick. And you will realize that, nope, that's not an O-ring. And then if you flip this puppy over, you dig down in there, and voila, there's your factory. Like I said, the factory ones are yellow, and I prefer, and I would recommend using the Motorcraft. I think the Dormans are probably like $10 for the O-ring kit. The Vitons, I think I paid $12 for that kit, which I bought 2 or 3 of them. And then the factory O-ring kit is like $15. Trust me, it's worth the extra couple bucks to get the factory ones. They last a whole lot longer. The Vitons, I haven't had any problems with them, but the Dormans, this isn't the first time that I've pulled one of these off. Seen the green ones, and I mean, these don't look like they've been smashed down at all. I mean, they still stick up, and yet they're leaking. I'm not going to say any more about that. But that was the 2 reasons why I wanted to make this video. Is number 1, to show you this kit and show you that you can actually do this job without having to disassemble all that extra crap if you have this kit and have the stubbies. Before I got this kit, the way I would do is I would take a 1/4 inch regular wrench, and I would break everything loose, and I'd just use a 1/4 inch wrench, and I could fish it down in there, get the bolts loose or the screws loose, and then reach in there by hand and take them off. The other thing that I wanted to do, or wanted to make a note of, is that you will find that most of the time the screws are a T20. That means that they're still the factory screws. I have noticed that if you get the Dorman, the complete valve from Dorman, it comes with T15 screws instead of T20 screws. So at any rate, that's going to conclude this video. Y'all keep living your best life. Get out in the garage and fix something.